players.
That was very impressive for Astralis. I think I'm big on them here at Cologne, and I think I was also big on NiP. Big NiP, you know what I mean? I think they're coming through, but at the moment, I don't know, man. They needed Vertigo. I would say I think they needed Vertigo. We know about Astralis on Ancient.
Yes, we do.
They're very happy to be here.
Hampus going to take the fight to them. Head trick, tap, stare down. This is going perfectly.
Oh, it's an ace.
Head trick
is coming up. Oh,
no, Hampus got one already, and head trick's gun's empty. But Rez will save him. Still beautiful. 3K coming out of head trick. Tippity taps back the A main push. But remember, folks, Nips were, well, 5-1 at the start of Vertigo.
The thing is, Astralis are doing the best on T-side right now is they know when to use that config T-side spawn. When they spammed it when config was on the roster, but it didn't work all the time. But now they've got a really good timing for it. So when it comes to fast mid control, Astralis are one of the best at the moment. You've seen teams fail in that a lot now. So I want to watch for it in this match. And then they used to be extremely lurky on T side. Now they still do it, but it's not as much. And I would say they're very good at converting ecos, very good at the A plays, which a lot of teams are doing now as well.
What is the defining characteristic of Astralis' Ancient T-side?
I just literally said that.
Give me the next one.
The next one. Another thing. That was comprehensive.
Okay.
That was comprehensive.
Give me the...
I used everything I had.
Explain like I'm 5 then. Config, it's a 4K. Moving along swiftly.
I don't have anything to add about B.
Sure. My bad, my bad. That one's on me.
We can do blame FCT side cave.
Okay, sure. No, let's save it. Let's
Okay.
save it. Let's save it. Let's get into the Astralis T-side rifle round, shall we? Little bonus round for the Ninjas because things are going so well.
And with Config playing middle, well, he knows about how his spawn play gets used a lot, and we'll try to use it on NiP as well. I think the irony of that play is that it's no longer him who's the best at it.
Device slots in. T's down to 3 smokes. But at least they got the lane control for now. Rolling off the angle as the help arrives. I've enjoyed watching Device play with an AK last map. Had some moments on the ramp. Maybe we'll get more of them throughout this series. Maybe he's got a little Zywoo arc in him. Jiggled in the background by Hampus. Players slotted in close as Brolin, still that MP9, has given over the first room of Cave, which has allowed for 3 of Astralis' players to get into the brink of it. Oof, smoke at 40 though.
We have no flashes here for Astralis, and we've at least got a lurk going because I think without the window control, there's actually no rotation here easily to the other side of the map. But I mean, dude. Okay, one smoke at CT, they got to plant with this basically.
All right.
So
luckily the main players pushed.
Yeah,
so
man, they avoided danger. This is actually a great call.
Config can't run back without them knowing about it. So he has, unfortunately for him, given up the timing for the bomb plant.
They're taking very good spots, actually.
Blame F revealing himself in red room will be pushed by Head Trick, who decides to take it on his own accord. Config's flank will still net them something. They have a player.
One molly, no smoke here for Donut. The triple Donut play could potentially work.
Oh, it's AK's up. The one flash goes in. Molotov's going to try to prevent the peek. They're tapping at it. Oh, he stuck it.
Oh my god.
They got away with it. Bodies in the bomb site. Ninjas in pajamas. 16 health on Rez, 15 health on Config, 10 HP on Head Trick, a bullet to each of them, and that does not go their way.
He went for the taps. Honestly, a spray probably would have done it, but for NiP, they body block at least. They make this hard, and they act on the molly, which is huge too. So You know, those are the only advantages they have, and they made it happen. That was very low util at the end of the round for both teams. Not the most comfortable spot, but they beat Astralis out with 3 rifles.
Man, I'm happy for Config's sake that he was able to come back to the bomb site and they had just completely written off long A, because by him pushing so far out, that's why Donut to A was so open. Device just completely blindsided by his creep back into the site. They're going to try this A hit again. This time, it's just Rez on the Donut entrance. Let the smokes pop before the next wave of util out, and Rez is going to just toy with the thought of playing ahead of it. It's not actually the full-blown commit, though.
They get the Donut player back in, so they kind of have to respect this. This turns into a big lurk, man.
Brolin making a play up lane. He sees a player elbow, head trick, catches the cross of Stare. Bomb will be picked back up by Blame F.
Borup's lurk.
But Blame's also the only AK, so he wants a kill before anything gets going. Borup, he's going to find them, not watching. He's going to go ahead and tap back head trick. That's going to turn the CT. Config still just going into the site. Borup off the Tech 9, 3 with the sidearm. And Rez is going to need a triple of his own. Upgrade, smoke in front of it. It's a chance for Rez to leave because Borup makes the difference.
That's crazy, man. That's such a good strat out of Astralis. It's so well executed. I mean, how many times do we see an anti-eco? Let's say the op starts peering into A main. In that situation, you could get them back, or you kill them, or whatever. And that's also a good setup for the T-side exec. But how many times do you see an anti-eco where the Donut player just falls back in a Donut? And if all the smokes come down, there's no one in the site. You could reliably say that you can have an empty A site for the bomb plant. Or you force a CT to fight until they die. And then they use it not just to throw the nades, not even to show presence, just to sneak a player back through spawn all the way to B. Their strats have been super solid these last couple weeks.
Some clean shooting from Borup to boot. Not one, not two, but all 3 of them. Elaborate. And an elaborate Astralis is a dangerous one. Blame F calling good counter-strike. Three, 4, in fact, outside of B. Head trick. His off is here, but he gives up his angle. Smoke grenades just deny all the vision, and it's a clean push in. The lane peek doesn't come through from Brolin, so Ninjas can't attack the back line.
Oh my.
And he just gets completely muscled out. This is utility and pace.
Genuinely, almost no one can do this right now. Like,
oh, it's a pleasure to watch. It's so smooth.
Yeah.
And the CTs just have nothing to disrupt all of this. And as they try to peek back into the deep lane, Device is now up on the angle. I mean, this... It's almost like NiP didn't have a chance to stop it. Like it was impossible, even if they wanted to try.
Yo, it's like the moment they step back behind one smoke, one choke point, the whole site is lost. Everything gets taken control of. It's over. That's actually an op delivery, so Blame wants to try to protect this. Might not be easy to do. Blame says, Stare, you check this out for me.
Hey man, you want to get out there? Borb's like, I'll do it.
You going to get it? Oh, wait.
He got it.
No,
Config saved it.
Wow, okay. Clean.
So double op saved by the Ninjas.
Waited for his opportunity. That's great. Now, the second op, I mean, Config's playing middle. I assume... I don't know if he'll keep it. He could keep it. But I assume at least one op will be A main this round. That's what my call would be if I was Astralis, knowing they have 2. So I honestly might try a similar play to what we saw last round, because an op ain't stopping this. It's very risky for CT op to peek down B steps versus a rush.
Whoop. See where it goes.
Where's Config at?
Ip and Donut. So one off Donut.
Push.
Oh my god, he's on his own. Oh, he holds on. Shots back from Device, though. Reclaimed as A main for Astralis. Config does not give up his angle, still posted inside of Donut. It falls on Hampus to give up red room instead. That's fine. You can give up top middle as long as Config doesn't lose this angle or the duel. There's only a single smoke here left on Device. So to smoke off Donut.
Oh, Jesus.
Would it be a waste? Wasted is Brolin. Then Hampus goes back to the red room, takes the peek. Config hasn't seen a thing yet.
Is he coming back to this? Oh.
Teammates all dying around him, and he's just been left inside Donut.
So I don't know how to use this thing. He definitely does, though, just sometimes.
Yeah, I just feel, you know, I feel bad for him because he's waiting for the mid play, and instead Hampus takes a peek out red room, dies, and...
I think the moment he turned around, Borup just peeked and left, so that timing's gone.
Config.
There it is. Oh.
Caught out by Borup, who's just lurking around to close out. And sure enough, Head Trick is doomed, destined for death.
Yeah.
As Astralis tie us up early, and they look good.
It looks so good, man. And the round that NiP won where they like retook with the molly on A side and Donut and 4 players put the body blocks and stuff, that could have easily been an Astralis round as well. So now the eco comes.
This shot from Blame.
Yeah, Astralis are playing like they're going to make NiP a footnote in this run with like how far ahead they are at the moment. Scoreline doesn't show it yet, but it feels like we're about to see that here on T side.
Yeah, I mean, playing down in the lower bracket, but not like a lower bracket team. Cross can't be held with just the pistol. Just churning through this B site like nothing. And honestly, it's just the confidence and the momentum that's kind of boiling over from Vertigo. Sure, you lose pistol and conversions again, but well, to repeat myself, 5-1 Vertigo start to a 16-6 finish. 3-0 to 3-4.
So is it 15, essentially 15 rounds in a row after the 5-1 start? Did they win? They won one more somewhere in there.
Yep, one more somewhere in there.
Okay.
They're 6th with sprinkled in the first half. So after that, it was he was put in the shame corner. Face the wall. Don't look over that shoulder. Ooh.
Oh, they're having the ugly laugh contest again.
A classic.
It was Borup and Blame F, I think.
Mm-hmm. Last time it was in the face of Team Liquid. The single op is the Ninjas. We've been sat around this week praising Head Trick, his mechanics, his clutch, his everything. You know, and there's this duality to the Ninjas right now between like Config and Head Trick. They got a vibe going. Ooh, Stare takes half his health in damage, and Brolin better off for it with support inside of the site as well. Feels kind of necessary that NiP goes 3B, but Device just peeks into it, and he gets his besting Head Trick, winning the head-to-head.
I think they can take over Cave because they know 3B, there's not 4, so they go fast here.
Boosting middle, they'll see nothing.
Yeah, this is slowly going to be a crunch on B side. Brolin's going to squeeze out. It looks like on the ramp. He's got his back turn CTs doubled up. They don't have full info here, but the lurk comes in from Astralis. Another, honestly, this call is perfect. They still can chill. Not going to lie, that's 2 players spotted, so they have full info on the map now. And a lot of it comes down to Blame F. But, oh my god, if he even takes... Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, he's got this one by the looks of it. Config comes around, hits the dink.
Oh, and he gets away.
Wow.
And he calls that Brolin's back there, so... Yep. Half the job right now for Astralis is figuring out how to stay alive.
But Brolin peeking while the cave smokes up, that was his one chance.
That was good.
Brolin found a way, even though he was absolutely outnumbered inside of the site. He knew it, they knew it. He knew they knew it. He tries to go into the 1v1, gets a bunch of damage. Device just hits the headshot. And Rez has been left in the dust of Blame F. Another great call. Another great individual play. And one that leads Astralis to a 5-3 T-side lead.
It's fast. It's detailed. And there were chances for NiP to answer back because they actually set up in a decent way, and Brolin did a lot, or tried to, but man, the clear from Device is like insane. Head Trick has no idea he can even die in that spot. when we talk about op or angles, like that's the discussion is how safe are you? You know, when you see a guy die like this, was it map knowledge that, or lack thereof, that had led them to die? Is it device with more that's led him to win it? And that was just very, very comfortable on the peak for device. And now Ninjas will spend some money. They'll be ready to buy next round. Raz was great last map, but he's the only rifle now here.
Some mid-aggression set up for the M4. They're going to go for the boost again, and that's going to catch him. Oh, the spray almost gets away, but Blame F finishes it off. Hampus will grab the rifle. Or can he not find it? Oh, at least Config can pick up a bit of the slack with just the pistol.
Where'd it go?
Maybe it got blown down the ramp. Maybe it's inside of the smoke.
No one can find it.
Where did it go? Stare and bore up.
No one will ever find it.
Where did? I mean, did it ever exist?
Did it ever exist? It sounded like Vsauce for a second.
MP9. It's a one and done from Headtrick. Poor Config. Even though he did a good job of peeking up into elbow to get the frag, he doesn't have the health.
Oh my God!
It did exist.
It's in between the couch cushions.
That's where it always is. Feels bad for Hampus. Wonder if he could have gotten anything done with it.
You know, it's a bright skin. If they really wanted to look, they'd probably find it, but
well, they didn't have the safety net to look for it. Constant threat is Blame F in mid.
Is it? How much is sticking out there? Oh,
he there.
What's the? It's called the butt of the gun, the stock, butt stock.
Yeah,
the back.
Yeah.
What's
butt stock. Butt stock.
Oh, butt stock.
Butt stock. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or just the stock.
The butt stock was sticking out of the box.
Okay. Good for you, man. You've been getting better at weapon lingo.
Yeah.
What part is the grip?
Well, if you were left-handed, to be where your left hand goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. What's next to the grip?
What's next to the grip?
Yeah. You pull it.
The bolt?
The trigger.
Oh. Oh, wait. I was thinking of something else, actually. So, wait, is there two? So, in the rifle, you would have your hands, you know, I guess your non-dominant hand would be in front, actually, right?
That's where you lose me. I don't know.
Dominant, non-dominant?
My non-dominant would be up
shot
front.
an AR, I just can't remember.
Yeah, you tell me. Maybe you shouldn't be allowed to do that again.
That was good at the time.
As long as you know where the safety is.
Oh, God.
Flashbangs into the lane. They're going to try to crank the tempo. You'd think it's a solution, and it still could be. 4v5 for a second. Stare traded. The A main player looks to have taken a peek. That's Buzz, just kind of doing his thing right now. You know what? We could sit here and praise Astralis, but I'm just going to say Buzz is 1-7.
Yeah, Buzz hasn't really been a part of these rounds.
Can't all be sunshine and rainbows. What's going on, Buzz? If he hadn't been playing so good lately, I wouldn't put him under this microscope.
He's still pretty inconsistent, right? Like, he just has some good maps, some really bad maps.
Had a phenomenal play-in stage.
That shoulder peak. Imagine that shoulder peak actually had an impact here, okay? Because right now, the rotation is off to the left side. Now they're scared about retaking it. And now Blame F is coming back towards Donut.
And they hear that.
And they're making crazy rotations right now. And they're actually going towards B. That shoulder peak,
no.
where Blame F survived, is going to lead to Device getting another kill. Another player spotted, and the other player heard. The entire map is clear now.
You can't tell me that
because
a single
Blame F's shoulder peak, where he didn't die, has got the bomb down in a 2v2, and they figured the entire map out. In fact, this kill will be even easier.
Oh, it's Blame and Device. It's the two heavy hitters that have opened up this possibility, put the bomb down at least. Device is stuck between the two. He knows exactly where they are. He's just got to find the timing and then hit the shots. And he will indeed. The third one from Device, set up by Blame's broad shoulders. That little jiggle, all he needs to put Device in a place to succeed.
God damn, he just knows what to do, man. Tom Cruise does his own stunts. Running through that Molotov, it's easy.
A 2v4 like it's nobody's business.
That blame F shoulder peek, and it felt like X-Ray was on from there. All the audibles, the running rotation, the 2 CTs, they knew everything.
God, I love the fact that we play a video game where a single shoulder peek can just unravel a 4 versus 2 advantage.
And
that's all these guys need. They are so good. The level of play, baby. Inject it in my veins. And now they're back on just the single M4, MP9, and pistols. Device continues to just tear up every challenge. For a second, I thought he was going to flick around and own Brolin, but the 5-7 finds one. Upgrade to the op, a nice second kill, and an equalizing frag, but Borup's already through the red room.
The amount of value they've got from these mid lurks is like unbelievable, man. And NiP are, they're looking for it now, but now they're one step ahead. Or sorry, one step behind. They're going to be checking out slowly into window, reclaiming mid. Meanwhile, Borup is literally prepared to hit the A site if they want to.
Neither one looks.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Easy.
That's just next level. This is conditioning to its maximum.
Oh my god.
They're scared of something that happened in the past.
I really thought both these teams showing better performances and results as of late were going to come together. They were going to crescendo and give us a tight match that could possibly go 3 maps, where one of the two would have to take a chance at running deep in Cologne at the sake of the other, you know, and we'd be here thinking maybe 1 or 2 rounds different would mean Ninjas or Astralis instead. But this, I mean, it's not even close.
Not even close, man. They're so much better than Ninjas are right now. Wow.
Frag grenades out into mid. Config's got some pressure. BlameF just wins the smoke spam.
Imagine you stopped watching CS in 2018 and came back and were like, wow, not much changed.
Wow, they're still doing it 5 years later.
Oh, okay.
Brolin comes through with it. It's a missed shot entirely by Headtrick. But they're not afraid of the op. They try to keep pushing in, and, well, Headtrick will take that challenge, accept it, and succeed. Buzz phases, the smoke dies out to Rez, and the Ninjas will get something. 3 alive as they nab a 4th round at the very least for this CT half.
That's nice.
It's something.
It's something. Got to get a few more on CT. They want to make a real game of this. But, like, individually, they look good. They do. Like, Rez had a great game last game. Brolin's made a couple of plays. Headtrick made a play that last round. That's not why they're losing. Astralis know the map better. That's why they're winning.
Man, we've got some lopsided matches to start the day today. Obviously, over on the B stream, we've got Vitality and Mouse. That's 10-1 Vitality. T-side Mirage map 2 after a 16-4 whooping.
Wow.
Meanwhile, here, yes, Ninja's putting up more of a fight than Mouse are, but...
Yeah, Mouse 2-0'd Na'Vi.
Wowza.
Wow. There are levels here at Cologne.
I gotta say, IEM Cologne 2023. Last time CSGO will be played in the Lanxess Arena. We're only on the run-up to playoffs.
This has been insane. The group stages of play-in have been insane.
The quality of Counter-Strike that we've been treated to already.
Good highlights, big comebacks, good debuts.
And I mean, I don't want to jinx it. I'm knocking on wood right now, but these playoffs could be spectacular.
Absolutely.
Packed out Lanxess Arena.
Wow.
The cathedral of Counter-Strike.
The
one
best
more
LAN player
time.
in the world.
It's going to be a hell of a good week, folks. Of course, it's already been a fantastic couple of days for some teams. Ents, Heroic.
And survived. Heroic survived.
2 teams that have already made it into the playoffs. Quarters or semis still to be decided in that head-to-head, but our pregame interview with Snappy at the start of the day, he was saying, you know, the pressure's off a little bit. Yeah, you want semis. But if quarters is the downfall of that head-to-head, well,
I think for his team, it makes more sense
quarters
than
would
it does
actually
for Heroic.
Yep.
Do you know, because like Heroic, they could It's more
Heroic need to get as close to finals as possible.
Yeah, they don't want any extra challenges.
Yeah.
Whereas ENCE, they might not actually see themselves as like, oh, we're probably going to win this game. But there's a high likelihood they roll a better team in the next whatever. But I'm personally of the opinion that, like, why would you wait for that chance? If you want to win Cologne, you got to be probably going to have to beat Heroic eventually.
Yeah. But of course, today is pretty dominant on Group B. We'll be figuring out between Vitality and Mouse who take a spot in the playoffs. G2 and FaZe, somebody getting a playoff spot. We'll be saying goodbye to either Astralis, Ninjas, OG, and Na'Vi. The lower end of things. Plenty of Counter-Strike. Don't you fret and don't you move a muscle. We're back with the Astralis T-Side Ancient Masterclass.
And Borup's big day. Back-to-back solid maps in the series already.
Oh yeah, good point. Love to see that for him. Definitely the biggest question of this new Astralis roster. Felt more like maybe a placeholder than anything. Headtrick's missed chance. Had an easy 5v4 jump peek kill.
Yeah, especially with that boost.
That's what he was waiting for, and he wasn't able to capitalize. Headtrick this time won't miss. Stair peeks into the cave. First casualty.
He was just there, so that's a big risk. But a nice reposition. Just tell us the Vitality cheers. Buzz has no plans to look behind him. I did see the CT look back for a second, but he's also not.
The thing is, Bomb's still outside A main, so he's going to go back. Rez is going to hear this.
Rez can...
Yeah! Goes deep for the peak, and BlameF's ready for that one. But again, the
temple control.
Bomb is still needed at 40 seconds. Mid player's going to go back and grab it.
This is a key duel, actually, and BlameF is peeling back. Oh, that could have been, honestly, a solid play. Config comes searching, and then he can jump in there after, so...
Borup's going to just reapply the smoke on CT push. CT goes through it off the flash, though. Nobody covering for that one. BlameF sees a body back sight. Device able to kill Config. It's a 1v3 attempt, and he's already posted one, but he's got 5 seconds left. Bomb is needed. Tech9's out. He could just gun him down. If you kill Headtrick up close, there was chance for maybe one more attempt at the plant, but Headtrick takes to the top of box, and Ninjas, that's 2 in a row.
Yeah, that's Buzz. You know, Buzz is in a position where he could have literally got a free kill, but the same could be said for Rez for all that 20 seconds. I think he just had a lesser amount of pressure on him as he was jump spotting. BlameF comes to the trade, but a couple of risks here from Astralis, actually, that, you know, it's like Headtrick could have got the first kill easily. And then he went to a position that was 10 meters away and found another player to dry peek him. It's like, that rotation was that timing was very possible. So good for Headtrick to be there, but maybe a little bit sloppier here from Astralis.
Well, they're going to group back up. Play for an early A angle on Device. Ooh, and Borup catches Brolin trying to get a little adventurous out lane. Very little B pressure applied in contrast to some of these previous rounds.
Oh, they got some big map control right now. We have got Buzz across the A site into Donut. He's looking to phase a smoke, and he can't win his duel. He's looking in the wrong direction.
But Device has been sat on that angle since the start of the round. Good on Rez to peek out and trade it. And of course, the fallback from Config, having survived the Buzz push.
Okay, we gotta, watch for this.
Oh, he goes elbow. All right.
Oh man, nice. That's over.
Yeah, he had an inkling that maybe Red Room was occupied, but they go so deep that Stair now has teammates to help split with. And unfortunately for Ninjas, they are just too far removed from this site.
Man, this map, even without Buzz, is so comfortable just between the 4 of them. Buzz is actually looking very uncomfortable, which is kind of crazy to think about. Like, if he got better, what this T side would have even, what it could have been. The amount of destruction they could have brought. Hell, they could have raised. And they still have 9 rounds already. No saves here for NiP as we move into round 15. And only a few dollars left.
Double digits on the horizon for the T side of their map pick. If you asked Astralis, I'm sure they would say that their day is going perfectly. A couple round losses here and there, but There's no disappointment on the Danes. None. Gotten away with some really cheeky calling too. Some nice mid-round moments. The clutch factor's been theirs, and BlameF slides into the mid-box. He's got Borup to come through the smoke off the flash.
Second layer flash.
Oh, that's nice.
And they take window instantly, man.
It's good counter.
Wow.
It's quality CS. And it's all being masterminded by BlameF.
Okay, Borup's low. Berlin could clear this. He's got nothing else to look at, so... But his crosshair placement's sharp. 16 and 8.
Phenomenal series for Borup. Device gonna peek into the ramp, drop head trick, Rez, last player up, position known.
Goddamn.
Only with the Deagle.
Goddamn.
This is really something. Again, that trio of incoming players, or let's just put Buzz in that clump. You know, Stare definitely, I think, had the highest potential. That was kind of the perception of the public with this new Astralis roster. Borup wasn't turning heads, and we've seen some hit or miss days. Okay. And Rez is going to try to do more hitting than missing right now. It's a 1v4 where he's killed 2 already, and BlameF has 9 health.
That was actually pretty risky from Device. But the second lurk, he's thinking, it's over.
Spotted. Buzz, just get your second kill of the half. You just need a second kill, Buzz. It's just 2. That's all he needs. It's his contribution. As they will laugh off the 5 rounds that the Ninjas post. It's a CT side for Astralis on their map pick that rests between Ninjas in pajamas and a flight home. So Borup, huh? just comes off of his second highest rated map since joining Astralis back on Vertigo, and right now he is undeniably on for his best match rating since joining this organization, and he was the unknown, the question mark of the two new pieces coming in, the underrated addition to Astralis. Well, today, it's all about Borup, baby, and the fact that Astralis have rolled this series. Yes, they lose the pistol. Yes, they lose some early rounds at the start of each map, but ever since then, it has been nothing but Denmark leaving their mark across the Ninja's forehead.
Yeah, and the top frag at a config too, just to make sure that every Danish player has gotten involved. Borup with dualies as they're coming forward into him. It's your time to shine again, kid.
Come on. 7 more bullets in the mag. Damage on the third player to push. They will lose Borup, but he's done such a good job of stunning them on the approach and stunning us from home. Borup, 18 kills. Head trick gonna bring it back as he swaps to the USP. He'd need a pistol round ace. Oh, that's a nasty little fadeaway. But they've also forced him so far back that he's gonna have to run up at this bomb. Now there's no kit on the play for the CTs. 4 kills out of head trick, but one man's not enough. Not in the face of this Astralis.
Nice try. But yeah, Borup's smoke and delay and the first 2 kills got every CT into a retake spot that was literally right behind Ninjas as they were planting. Astralis knew that round was over when they couldn't come through that smoke right here. So this is pretty badass. And Buzz, he had a lot of struggle on T side. They still got 10 rounds and he has CT side to play on now. Hetrick here frustrated about losing that because I think a lot of the series might have rested on a pistol like that. To make a comeback of this magnitude in the second half is already going to be tough enough. They know that. It's going to take some luck here for NiP on top of playing great CS. Let's see if they can at least give us the ladder.
Maybe luck, maybe magic? A little NiP magic? It's been a while. I hear if you look in the mirror with the lights off and say, "Get right" 3 times at night, Ninjas win their next game. Half of the time, every time. Well,
they didn't do it.
Config will at least get the entry. Buzz has got a long angle here.
Oh, that nade.
Yeah, it'll soften up what was left of Config, and Buzz holds on to the head trick cross towards Donut. So, nope. Good attempt, but it's not about exiting A. It's about crossing that no man's land. That's where the pieces fall apart. Rez's Desert Eagle hunting 3. Stare up close. 2 rifles to support. Bomb on full display. I do not envy Rez in this moment. 3 bullets left, all he needs, but Device takes him down as the MP9 distracts. 7-round lead for Astralis, converting early, and now it gets worse for the Ninjas.
We could talk about how good Ninjas are and how good they've gotten. But this would be simply a group stage exit at Cologne, you know? They wouldn't be remembered as a team in this tournament. And there were some expectations here. Even if it's fresh with their IGL change, it was going good at groups. And, I mean, we could talk about how good Astralis are right now, but they're still not, like, one of the tournament favorites or anything like that. So a respectable performance for NiP would be something. Getting a map would be something. They already took a big risk in this veto by playing Vertigo. Man, this could be a tough way to go.
Last bullet kill on Brolin. Yeah, I mean, coming off of the G2 loss and knowing that, again, Astralis still aren't favorites to win the event, all it really sets me up for is this idea that Astralis took a loss versus a team who we know has an incredibly high ceiling, and then put that gap between them and another hot prospect at the moment of Ninjas, which means whoever Astralis play next, you know, there's a warning sign. This is what's to come.
They will beat a tier 1 team at this event. Ninjas are B1, but like Ninjas with this change are sort of like, you know, well, you got to get some time. But I guess I would have said the same thing about Mongols after the heroic game. That's fair, but Astralis have more experience versus some of these other teams, so.
Stair fades back through cave. It's a push from Brolin. Doesn't want to give away the control. Has to look away from flash and sets himself back up. Nice headshot. It's not quite a man advantage.
This is an interesting angle. I haven't seen someone play here Okay, we'll start to move off it a little bit. Boost is about to come into play. Double donut set up as the T's, excuse me, have no smoke. So this will be scary for them to try to put a bomb down.
Borup ready. Ooh, almost caught jumping, but Buzz is here to help him.
No smoke for Donut.
Yeah, I mean, that's
swing at the same time, and they didn't expect 2 CTs to be here.
Such a rough spot to be in. Headtrick's gonna get nothing else done. Borup continues to rack up rating as Astralis will not stop winning rounds.
NiP when it's map 3 elimination, and the map is ancient.
Scary. Scary how flat it's kind of gotten.
Yeah, they're getting decimated.
Yeah, and they can feel it, and they know it, and Astralis are just riding that high. This would be Astralis continuing in the lower bracket of Group B to face the loser of Vitality and Mouse, which is 99.75% Mouse.
Damn.
And this Astralis versus Mouse for a chance at playoffs?
That's...
You know, they would have to then win the lower final, of course, but it's looking real. We can see the road for Astralis if they're in this form. Borup, well, no. He gets one from beyond the grave, and the peek out from Donut's gonna slather the second and third. There's actually a team kill there for Rez. Not ideal. Headtrick, Config, desperate to get a 2v4 back this way. And Config's a bit timid out towards middle, doesn't know where all these other bodies are. I mean, Astralis can do no wrong,
yeah, they've
folks.
essentially given up here. This is just NiP going for a full A attack, fast. Nothing new being added, saying we need to try to win this round if possible. It's not even a perfect angle there from Blame, but Config got spotted. Now it's 15-5. Send him home, man.
I mean, that's what it feels like. Feels like Astralis are just pinning him down in the open mat. We're waiting for the ref to call it quits. Waiting for the corner to throw in the towel. 10 rounds to push OT.
Wow.
Absolute insanity.
I thought for sure map 3. I thought for sure close game. But looks like NiP still have some work to do.
3-0 start each map for NiP. They ended with 6 on Vertigo. They could very well end with 5 on Ancient. Hampus tries to lead the charge into just this all-in A play, looking to keep it simple, looking to get something going.
Okay.
If you're going to make the comeback happen, it just begins with this. You can think no further than a round-by-round basis. You've earned nothing more than that. Device, Desert Eagle down.
I'll turn away.
So they tie their Vertigo score at least.
At least get 6 rounds. It'll be a prolonged finish. This is, I mean, it's a play they made because they had no utility and they were probably frustrated and they wanted to try A again.
Yeah.
So I can get the call, honestly. I think I heard Hampus say we've got to try something like at the end.
Okay. Get active. Also, pistols, you can run them in, but what costs here? You've won the round, but you've lost back at 21.
So we're talking about 12 kills over the last 2 maps, or 12 rounds over the last 2 maps.
Yeah. Bleak, to say the least.
Extremely. We're in the abyss right now.
With all those translucent sea creatures.
And the bioluminescence.
Yeah.
You can see it all. That's how you know you're drowning.
Yep. Ninja's imploding. At least they've got structure for a goodbye. It's a Galil on Brolin, no other limitations. But just by the nature of this series so far, we have to be realistic and take this round by round.
Oh, the tilt must be at the maximum, man.
Oh,
the way they've lost all these rounds.
Yeah, I can only imagine. You know, having taken the spot from Imperial.
To be honest, there's tilts when you make mistakes and lose the round, but in this game, it's like, when did we have hope? Another A rush is coming.
Right. Yeah, no, you've just been taking a beating with no morale. And you're going to try the same thing. CT's just banking on this backside peek from Blame F. He knew what was coming. He was ready. Config took a bunch of damage from Blame F, so it's an easy frag out for Buzz. Fast flank from Stair as well. Man disadvantage to work against. And then Borup just spams you through the smoke. Headtrick is going to try to clutch to keep them in this event. It banked on him versus Imperial, and poor Headtrick. He's tried his damnedest, but he will be executed by Stair as the ninjas in pajamas are put down by their neighboring region of Denmark. Damn, Astralis.
Yeah.
What is this? What is this form from Astralis? How far can this kind of an Astralis run in Cologne?
People who zoom out and again have watched like every little bit of Astralis, but except